Welcome to Fluent English Now. I'm Leslie, your guide to mastering the art of verbal fluency. Today, we're diving into what verbal fluency really means and its significance in your life, especially if you're learning a new language. Verbal fluency isn't just about how quickly you respond in a conversation. It's about the smoothness and ease of your speech, the minimal hesitations, and your ability to keep the ums and ahs at bay. We're also going to break down the various facets of fluency, like cognitive fluency, utterance fluency, perceived fluency, and more, so you can understand and improve how you communicate in any language. It's a complex maze, but fear not, I'm here to lead the way. Stay tuned for tips and methods to enhance your spoken fluency in our upcoming sessions. Welcome, listeners, to an exploration of a topic that touches the very core of our daily communications, our professional interactions, and even the intimate conversations that shape our relationships. Today, we're diving into the world of verbal fluency. This isn't just about the words we choose. It's about the heartbeat of our conversations, the rhythm and melody of our speech that constructs the bridges or barriers in our communication. Why does this matter, you ask? Let's unfold this concept together. Verbal fluency, in the simplest of terms, is the ease and agility with which we string our words together. It's that smooth, effortless conversation that leaves an impression, the kind of articulate speech that makes ideas flow like a river, clear and uninterrupted. Now, you might think, is it all about speaking fast? Not quite. The speed of response plays a role, but fluency is much richer, much more nuanced than mere velocity. The real essence of fluency encompasses not only how swiftly we reply, but also the elegance with which we navigate the spaces between our words, those pauses, hesitations, and the efficiency of our verbal delivery. Think about it for a moment. When our speech is riddled with ums, ahs, and you knows, what happens? Quite frankly, it can be the equivalent of hitting a pothole in the midst of a smooth drive. It disrupts the listener's engagement and can detract from the speaker's perceived competence. The journey to eloquence is not about becoming a Cicero or a Churchill overnight. It's about patient improvement, about embracing the struggle towards becoming a more fluent speaker. And this journey, my friends, is pivotal not just for personal growth, but in carving out our identities in the social fabric around us. But how does one navigate this path? By understanding the multifaceted nature of fluency itself. Let's dissect it a bit, shall we? We start with cognitive fluency, the underpinning of our verbal expression. This is about how swiftly and smoothly our thoughts are formed before they even part our lips. It's the unseen, yet crucial architect of our speech. Then we move to utterance fluency, which translates those thoughts into words at a pace measured not just in speed but in clarity and precision. Perceived fluency, on the other hand, is the mirror held up by our audience. It's how our speech is received, the subjective assessment that tags us as eloquent or incoherent speakers. And then there's speed fluency, the tangible metric of our verbal output, counting the words and syllables as they dance through the air. But fluency is not just about the flow. It's also about how we manage the stumbles, the breakdown fluency. It scrutinizes our pauses and hesitations, measuring not just their frequency, but their placements. And finally, repair fluency, the craft of correcting our course mid-speech without losing our audience or our message. Why should this matter to you, to us, to society at large? Because in a world ever more reliant on quick, impactful exchanges, our verbal fluency is not just a measure of personal competence, it's a tool of engagement, a means of establishing connections, and a pathway to influence. Our ability to articulate, to convey complex ideas smoothly and persuasively, is more than a social nicety. It's a critical life skill. So, as we navigate our everyday lives, as we strive to be understood, to persuade, to comfort, or to instruct, remembering the subtle art of fluency can be our guide. It can help us in crafting speeches that inspire, in arguments that persuade, in stories that captivate. Verbal fluency, in its essence, is the thread that weaves through the tapestry of human interaction, coloring our conversations with the hues of clarity, precision, and eloquence. Until we meet again, keep speaking, keep refining your fluency. For in the power of our words lies the ability to change not just our own path, but the world around us. Thank you for joining me on this exploration, and may our conversations be ever fluent, ever impactful. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Fluent English Now. Be sure to join us next time for more insights and tips to enhance your English fluency. And until next time, keep speaking English.